All right, Patty. So, welcome to the second episode of the Guest of Honor. I know you for many things, right? My thing is that you're an entrepreneur, a graphic designer, a graphic artist, a muralist, Woman of the Year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a great mom. Is there anything else that you want to add to that, or am I missing something?
um, no, I think, I think
No,
you got it.
think
Yeah,
got it. That's
yeah.
that was a long list. Dude. I was looking at what I know of you,
Hmm.
and then I was just thinking like, damn, like what don't I know? Like what do people not know about Patty? I guess let's start with your name.
Yeah.
How did a creepy kawaii come about?
So creepy kawaii, like creepy, it's like creepy little things, and then
Hmm.
kawaii is like cute. And one time somebody like described my personality like that.
Like that?
Yeah, because I guess I am kind of like you get either this like very outgoing person or you get this person who's just like very somber. There's not
Uh,
really an in between with me most of the time. So
okay.
they're just like, "Oh, you're like creepy quiet," and
That's a
it just
mix.
kind of stuck. Yeah.
Okay, that's how you went about it.
Hmm.
Tell me about the logo design, because I noticed like when I first started following you, I always see the different takes, different spins that you do with your logo. Like I think you had like a masapan one, or was it
Oh,
the
the
flower?
graphic. Yeah, they had like the masa, the
Yeah.
corn masa.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like to like flip a lot of logos
Hmm.
and also like kind of research like fonts that people
Okay.
use or like because I'm very into like repetition and
Nice.
things that catch people's eye or like bring back memories.
Right.
So a lot of times I like to flip things so that they're familiar to people, but they don't like at first they're like, where have I seen that before? And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, my grandma cooks with that, or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, damn, I seen that on a battery pack or
Oh
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think I saw that one with the feline.
yeah, with the Energizer,
Hmm.
with the cat. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was cool. Which one's been your favorite one? Like as far as your logo design, do you
Oh,
have a favorite one?
um, I like the Bear Creek Feline Society stuff because
That one was hard.
yeah, it's like kind of cryptic and people. I've heard like all kind of people make up stories about it, and I'm like, what are you talking
What
about?
or so for the people that don't know, because I'm still like very new to it.
Hmm.
What is the feline like the Bear Creek Feline Society?
So when I lived on Bear Creek, there's this group of women that would walk up and down the creek with these like red wagons, and they would feed the cats.
Okay.
But there was this one coworker I had who just like I don't know, he's just always angry or hates life or whatever, and he was
Uh,
so mad at those ladies for feeding the feral cats because then they multiply, and I was like,
oh, okay, okay.
bro, how can you be mad at someone for like feeding
Feeding the
starving
cats.
animals? And so I made up like a gang for them. That's like when the Feline Society stuff was
Oh, that's where
born.
that came about.
Yeah, yeah.
What was the guy's name?
Oh,
No.
I
All
can't say.
right, we don't gotta talk about that. Okay, well, I guess when I was like trying to look at some of the info about you, I
Mhm.
wanted to start from the beginning. Like, what was it like starting off as a mural artist in Merced? Well, I guess it was as in Legrand, or was it a Planado, right?
No, so my first mural in Merced was on this. You know where Merced Liquor is?
Yeah,
There used to be a smoke shop attached to it called Geronimo's.
Geronimo's.
Yeah, back
Oh, that's cool.
in like either late 1999 or 2000. Like
Hmm.
at that time I was a youth like experiencing homelessness and I stayed in Applegate Park for a while.
Okay,
And I was there with my black book one day like drawing graffiti stuff and
right.
this girl walked up and was like, "Hey, have you ever done a mural?" I was like,
Hmm.
"No, I didn't even know what that really meant."
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, my dad owns a smoke shop. He wants someone to paint it."
Uh huh.
And so that's how I got my first gig.
How old were you at the time?
18?
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. And this was when, and you said you were facing homelessness, or you
I
were.
was at that time I was like renting rooms from random people
Mhm.
or sleeping in the park
Okay.
or living at El Capitan Hotel because you could live there by the night like or by the week.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, what parks?
Applegate,
Oh,
that was my
wow.
spot like right there. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
But
So,
I think the cool thing though about it like that was my first mural
mhm.
is my 100th mural as like a professional and adult was at Applegate Park.
Oh,
So I
okay.
feel like it came like
Full circle.
full circle, yeah.
That's pretty cool. What was the first mural? Like, what did you paint there at that smoke shop?
it was a place called Geronimo's, and it was just like a Native American girl like laying in the grass with mountains and
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was like
Was it that's what they wanted, or that's what you came up with?
no, that's what they wanted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, you came up with that at 18?
yeah, no, no, no.
So, did you when after you did your first mural, was that when you like were thinking about that maybe you could do this as a profession, or you were still trying to figure out things?
No, because the city contacted the building owner and said that murals were illegal. They were considered signage, and so they had to cover it because it was on the front face of the building.
Oh wow.
But after that smoke shop closed down, then a new place moved in there called Cartel Music, and this guy was there, and it was like a recording studio, but he also
okay.
like did grills
Oh,
for your
sick.
teeth.
In
So you,
Merced?
yeah.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, like right there next
oh,
to
that's
Merced
dope.
Liquor. So I talked to him about like, oh, could we paint the side of the building every once in a while, like me and my friends, and we did like our first production there, like a Halloween kind of production, and but
Nice.
then the city told them to cover that too. Like they said, you need to cover it or we're gonna fine you. And so like after that, I stopped painting murals in Merced.
And by cover it, they meant like paint over it?
Yeah, the building had to be put back to like the original, how it was.
Why
before
were
we got there.
why were they against it? It was just that was the law at the time, or that was like
That was like there was like, it's not like an ordinance, but it was like
or I guess what was the reasoning? They said because it was considered signage.
it was
and-
considered signage, because we had put the word cartel, which was the name of the business.
Okay.
And so it was, signage that wasn't approved by the city.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, they had like it was illegal to do murals here for a long time.
Dang. So then how, I guess, okay, so after that setback, did you take a break from, like, I guess, like, creating murals for a while? Like, or what path did you decide to take after that then?
So like after that, the only options really were to like, if I wanted to paint big, were to do graffiti
Yeah.
or to go out of town and work. So I did both.
Damn.
So Merced got the graffiti, out of town. I mean, out of town got the the
Yeah.
mural work.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, okay. How were you able to, I guess, like, come back then? Like, to come back to Merced and actually, like, make a legit mural?
Like a
here?
legit mural.
Yeah.
So
Did that ever, like, happen, like, was that in the back of your mind, or you just wanted to go everywhere else?
no, because I was
Okay.
having fun traveling. Like I was painting like LA, the Bay Area, traveling down to Mexico. Like
Oh,
I didn't.
sick.
I was like, whatever. Like
Uh-huh.
Merced can do what they want. And I'm just gonna go do my thing.
Yeah. Wait, how was Mexico?
Fun. It's the best.
You had like a little crew out there, or you were just
Yeah.
was it just you by yourself?
No, I moved to Orange County for a while, and then I linked up with some guys in San Diego who were part of HEM crew. That's like the oldest graffiti crew in Tijuana.
Damn.
And then they invited me in, and they kind of like took me under their wing and taught me like how to paint larger and how to paint with groups of people and do not just letters but like incorporate visuals into it,
Oh,
that kind of
nice.
stuff.
What was your strong point at the time? Like, what did you feel comfortable painting?
Really like lettering that was very bold with like thick outlines, and
Nice.
the bigger the better. That was like my thing.
Yeah. And then when did you start? I guess so. When you were in that crew, or were you in that crew? In that okay. When you were in that crew, that's when you started doing more visuals and more like, because with the murals that you do now, I see more like faces.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're very like comfortable painting faces and like certain larger than life type of figures. What were you painting when you were with that crew? Like, what was something that like
All letters.
Okay.
All letters, because like people were kind of like, when you go to a wall, like you're gonna meet up and you're all gonna paint this one thing cohesively, right?
Yeah.
But this person's strong point is letters. This person's good with backgrounds. This person is good with faces and portraits or cartoons or stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
So everybody kind of does their strong points and
Yeah.
like comes together in the end.
Oh, that's sick. What kind of were you painting with spray cans or was it with paint?
All spray paint, yeah.
Okay. What kind of spray paint was it? Like Krylons?
Yeah, Krylon,
Oh.
Rust-Oleum. They didn't have like the fancy stuff yet. Like
Yeah, like
yeah,
Montana's and
yeah. None of that exists. I mean, if it did exist,
uh,
you couldn't buy it here in Merced.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then second, like we didn't have money for paint. Like what do so
right.
so yeah, just like Krylon, Rust-Oleum, anything we could get at like Walmart dollar
Oh,
cans.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah, or like taking like little caps off of like Elmer's glue because
yeah.
they sprayed fatter than the regular one, or like
Oh, that's dope.
yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so when you were in Mexico for how long? For like a few months?
No, no, no. I would drive down to
Oh, it
Mexico
was just
like
like
almost every weekend
okay.
and go paint with them. Like go find a wall and
Yeah.
paint, or go hang out. Or there was a lot of times that we like people would cross over into San Diego. We'd paint there. Like we'd all meet up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha, gotcha. And then I guess like when all this was going on, was this like your newfound past, like your newfound career, or you were still thinking about like what else you were gonna do?
I wasn't getting paid for anything.
Okay, so this was all just like the passion, the pursuit,
Yeah.
right? Okay. When did you start thinking that you should start? I guess like, I guess when did you land your
Like trying to
first?
make money.
Yeah. Well, I guess before making money, because you were like satisfied with the passion and just like creating, right?
Yeah, as long as I like, I was having fun.
Mhm.
Like it was like being on vacation all the time.
Yeah.
And then I had a regular job to like fuel
Okay.
my travel and stuff.
Okay,
so-
I was just yeah, because I was like, then how are you moving? How are you like, how are you going like back and forth then?
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
would work Monday through Friday. I worked office jobs, and then on the weekend go
Oh, okay.
out that way.
Okay. When did you feel like you needed to, I guess, like go all in this art thing? Did that become a thought or?
Yeah, like in 2014, I opened up my first art gallery called Mariposa Art Company.
Okay.
So that I mean that's like a long, like over 10 years later, right? Where I'm just not even painting here. I'm just living here, and
Oh.
and then so like we leased a building,
Mhm.
got insurance, got business license, everything.
Mhm.
Like the city let us get a business license for a mural company,
Okay.
and then we found out murals were still illegal.
Oh, in 2014?
Yeah, in 2014. So like a whole 10 years passed, they let us open up this business that was an illegal business. Like we couldn't make any money at it.
Oh, wow.
Though, and then like the speculation was that you could do murals
Mhm.
as long as they were not inside this area of downtown. But downtown was from like G Street to R Street and the freeway to Bear Creek. So anywhere
Oh,
out of there,
yeah.
like South Merced, unincorporated areas, those were all free game, but we also couldn't make money at it. So we could paint the walls, but we couldn't charge people. So we kind of like started advocating at city council to legalize murals, and then at the same time just do as many free murals as we could to
Yeah.
like make it loud and for people to see that it's like not a negative thing.
Dang. For how long? How long were you-
It took like a year and a half for them to finally legalize them after we opened our business. So in the meantime, like having a business for a year and a half where you can't make money, like obviously we went under.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah, like that's
Like
like
what
the,
were we
yeah,
doing? We're
yeah,
just hanging
yeah,
out.
that's-
We're just hanging out and giving people free stuff.
Yeah, that's not like the best business model
Yeah.
for the time being.
Yeah, for the time being.
Yeah.
But I think we did like that first year in 12 months we did 24 murals.
Oh, wow. Dang. And then once they start, because they had this perception of like graffiti, they didn't see it as art yet? Or-
Well, it wasn't even that we were doing graffiti. We were doing murals. We weren't asking to do graffiti really, but there like the city website when you went to it had this like police department page where it talked about murals are not artwork. And then it even like the craziest things you can imagine, like it called artists like numbskulls. It had this list of like how you can tell if somebody's a graffiti artist and like all these things.
Numbskulls?
Yeah, yeah.
They had that in there?
Yeah,
That's
the word
wild.
numbskulls.
That's wild.
So that's why I was always going to city council to like point these things out. Like you guys, come on, this is wild. Like
Numbskulls.
I'm a
That's
mom, you know. Like I'm not trying to do anything bad, but
Oh, so, okay, hold on. I guess we skipped too much. So I guess when was your firstborn then?
I had him in 2001,
Okay.
end of 2001. Yeah.
And then you were still like pursuing art at the time, or you kind of put it on pause, like when you had your firstborn, or
No, no, I kept going.
okay.
Yeah, he would be like, I'd be painting walls,
Hmm.
and I'd have him there in the little like jumper
Oh,
thing.
really?
Yeah, he was right there chilling. Before he could even walk, he was already out there, like at the
Damn,
walls watching or hanging
damn.
out, and
Yeah, I was
yeah,
gonna say, I was like, how did you find time as a mom to paint murals?
I just took him.
But that makes sense though. That makes sense
Yeah,
because you have what is it? You have two?
two boys.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then the second born was what? When was he born?
In 2007.
Okay,
Yeah.
damn. And then when you were, I guess like, so since your kids grew up in the art, did they want to follow that, or they're
No, they
kind
hate
of
it. Yeah,
okay,
I mean, they don't hate it, but they have their own things that
their own
they do.
passion?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mhm.
All right, so you would take your kids when you were painting murals. I don't know, Patty. Like, what? Some of the street paint was falling on them, or no?
The paint?
Like I mean, they're like in the jumper, and you were here spray painting. Like, did you put a mask on them or something?
Yeah.
Or
No, no. I mean, it's open air, but
okay, yeah.
like they're all fucked up. No, they'd go with me. You know, like usually you're painting in a group, so people help out with kids. It's like it becomes
Yeah,
like a family environment.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, they would go along with me. They learned how to like help me prep walls and
Oh, okay,
all kinds of stuff.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. When you were going to these city council meetings, what was something that you guys were like? What was like the message that you were trying? That I guess what was the message that landed for them to finally be like, okay, we can.
I think we had to approach it from like approach the murals as an economic development,
Mm,
like to show like, hey, when there's artwork,
yeah.
the neighborhood becomes cleaner,
Hmm.
people are out more, it becomes more vibrant. So kind of pointing those kind of things out and bringing in research or
Yeah.
like it wasn't just me up there talking, like people like my friend Jenny, she's a social worker, her and Jesse Ornelas, who are advocates, they would come and they would talk about the good parts about having public art and
Oh,
what it does
right.
for people, like people's mentality. And
Oh,
we would have people come up who were business owners who would speak about like how it could benefit their business to have a mural. Because like if a business has a mural on it, like people are 70% more likely to go inside.
oh wow.
So so once we found people at city, like at planning and development who understood
Right.
like the importance of it,
Hmm.
then it kind of started making way.
Snowballing.
Yeah.
The Jenny and her friend, they have a group, right? Don't they have like a group of what is it? Because I think they have like a magazine,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Exeter or what's?
Existir. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Okay, I was like, I think that sounds familiar, because I remember, I think the first time I ever ran to you was when we had Lens 360 at the time, and then I remember you painting. It was at
Oh,
Selena night.
Painted Selena. Yeah.
Yeah, and you were painting Selena, and that was like the first time I ever met you, and then I remember like fast forward, I saw like the Creepy Kawaii downstairs
Hmm.
happen, but that was like when I barely started like knowing who you were.
Yeah.
But before that, like you already had like a whole bunch of murals under your belt. Now that the city started seeing the murals as a economic boost,
Hmm.
or as a way to, because it really does. Like whenever you have coffee, art, and music in a city, I feel like development really starts like coming in,
Yeah.
and I feel like more people from out of town start coming in, and you kind of just start being more like seeing. You can walk around, right? Because now
Mhm.
you can see the art, you can stop in, have a coffee, and then you can watch an artist or something.
Yeah.
Makes you want to stay longer. So after all that happened, was that when you decided to open up the shop here? Because I know you mentioned that you had the shop in Madeira. When was the?
No, I had the shop on M Street right here where
Okay.
Bitwise was.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that
Yeah.
was my first gallery.
Okay.
And then when it like kind of failed, we moved out to the Air Force Base for a little while too.
Okay.
And then I went back to just like a regular job, like just doing that.
Yeah.
And then left there in I think like 2019 and
Mhm.
opened up Kreepy Kawaii
Okay.
downtown.
How was it? So mural artist, entrepreneur. How were you like juggling all that, and then being a mom? Like, how do you find time for all that?
Um,
Because that's like a full day, You know,
I feel
like
like
where
I
do you
could
find
do
the
it
time?
all at one time.
Hmm.
You know, it is kind of a like I wake up thinking about work
Hmm.
and go to sleep thinking about work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but well, how do you make time for it, Patty? Like, what's the day? What's the day for Patty? Like, what? How does that work? What?
Um,
Give me a walkthrough.
Man, I feel like I'm gonna make it sound pretty nice though. Like I wake up, go make myself some coffee.
Uh-huh.
Now I wake up, I take depending on like what my workload is.
Hmm.
If I have a lot of work to do, I'll wake up at like 5 a.m. and
Okay.
work until 7,
Hmm.
and then take my son to school and then come back and work.
Yeah.
Right now it's a like because it's winter, it's slower, so I
Hmm.
can just sleep in a little, take him to school, come home, do my emails, start making things and like packaging orders and stuff.
Right.
But it's like you don't really you just gotta find the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what's the process like when you're gonna paint a mural? Like when somebody hires you for a mural,
Hmm.
what's like the thought process for you?
Like for the
Like a project, let's just say somebody.
design or for like the
Yeah, I guess like
logistics.
from everywhere because one thing that I started noticing, and it's just like with anybody, is that I feel like a lot of times artists don't have the time to kind of become that business person,
Yeah.
right? Because you're too focused on the art that you kind of put everything else like the logistics to the side.
Yeah.
So like one thing that I learned from well, I learned a lot from you just from like seeing you, and I learned a lot from Joel, but I guess like the logistics of it, like how do you find a mural? Do people find you for a mural or like or
Um, Before I was like outwardly going out.
mhm,
Now I have clients like
yeah.
coming in because of like word of mouth or they've seen previous work.
Hmm.
Usually somebody will like contact me through email or social media and ask.
Yeah.
And then you kind of just there's like a list of questions I ask people like
Okay.
what is your budget?
Yeah.
You know, to make sure it's even possible.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? What's your timeline? That way I can kind of gauge like, oh yeah, I have time for this
Yeah.
next month. Or, you know, you just always want to be very upfront with your client about your time, your cost,
Yeah.
and your process.
Yeah.
So yeah, once they answer those questions, then it's kind of like moving forward from there.
Hmm.
And then meeting with them, getting to like understand about their organization or their business and what they're trying to portray to the public.
Yeah. Okay. And then when you get to the wall, do you ever get nervous? Did that already go away, or do you still
No,
get there
the
now?
only time I get nervous is when like I have to show it to someone finally because
Oh,
you're like,
okay.
oh man, are they gonna like it or
I know you're like I invested so many hours on this.
yeah, but not like painting. I don't get nervous. I don't get nervous painting at all. Like I feel like that's the only time that like the world stops because there's a
Mm.
lot going on in my head all the time. So
Hmm.
when I'm painting, that's when it's like
Wow.
it's
Like peaceful?
yeah.
Like you got nothing to worry about except what's in front of you,
Hmm.
type of thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, I get that. Is there any advice that you'd give somebody who's trying to start their first mural, like as far as covering themselves? Because people always see like how well things go, but
Uh-huh.
is there something that you should be like, okay, if you're gonna do this, make sure you get this or something, or like,
I think like the biggest thing that like it took me forever to figure this out is like go look at the texture of the wall because
mm,
like look at the texture, see if there's any barriers, check that the ground is level, like check the site.
yeah,
Because a lot of people they're like, oh man, I got this huge wall, I'm so excited, and then you're like, whoa, dude, that thing's like falling apart.
yeah,
You
right,
know,
like it's
or
like chipping already.
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
chipping, like it
hmm,
needs repair, or like if you paint it, it's gonna be damaged in a couple years, or
yeah,
yeah.
damn. When you go on these, are you ever scared of heights? What's like that, like the tallest?
Absolutely not. I love.
Oh, you love the height?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. What's like the biggest mural that you painted so far?
I painted with Urbanist one that was 4 stories. So
Damn.
yeah, it was crazy because you're just like,
Yeah, that's too high, dude.
yeah.
That's hella high.
No, that's not too high.
No?
No,
Damn.
no, no, no. I paint like the goal before I die is to paint something so big, you have to start at the top and come down, like rather than starting at the ground and going up.
Oh wow. Dang. Wait, why would he do that?
Because you can't, because you're too high up to be on like a lift,
Hmm.
so you have to be on like those suspension, like be
Oh.
suspended.
Oh, that'd be wild.
Yeah.
That'd be hella wild. You mentioned Urbanist. What's that?
Urbanist Collective is a group of artists who make art for like social justice issues or very like community driven and
Hmm.
community engaged artists. So it's
Okay.
a nonprofit based here. It started in Central California and now it's
Hmm.
also in Washington and Arizona.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of artists like I guess like multidisciplinary. So there's muralists, there's photographers, there's
Hmm.
musicians, tattoo artists,
Oh, nice.
skateboarders,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
How do you become a part of How do you become a part of the Urbanist? Is that possible, or they just?
Um, so the recruitment kind of I feel like if you just keep showing up
Hmm.
and doing stuff and then like coming in on projects, then eventually like you get invited in.
Because you had something here, right, for the
Yeah.
Urbanist,
Hmm.
and that was a part of like a kind of like a wasn't it wasn't a workshop. It was kind of like a mixer, or how would you describe that?
It was so it was a grant through the California Arts Council for Cultural Pathways, and it's for organizations to like foster relationships with other artists and other and like build capacity in their
Hmm.
community.
Yeah.
So that was actually like a 2-year grant. So over the course of 2 years, Urbanist worked with all kinds of different people and met people and made connections.
Right.
And then at the end, we brought them all into a room together
Oh, okay.
to like network and share stories and see what
Yeah.
each other's doing.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
Yeah, it was
That
fun.
was cool. One thing that I also wanted to like, well, something that always came to mind was so in the beginning when you first started, right? Like you said like what, late 90s,
Hmm.
right? Your journey.
Yeah.
Did you face any adversity other than the city just not letting you paint?
Um, I mean, I was poor. I was
Yeah.
broke. And then like young people just a lot of stuff is going on with them that we don't realize,
Hmm.
and so there was that trying to figure out like who you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have a better idea of who you are now? Are you
I
still?
hope so. Yeah, I hope so. Like it takes a lot of like you have to take a lot of hits,
Hmm.
to really like understand yourself.
Yeah. You kind of faced that when you were at the city hall, right? Just like going there often, showing up a
Yeah, I
little bit.
show up all the time and be like, oh my god, this girl again. Which- yeah.
It's also like a statistic too, right? Like with men and women. Did you ever face any adversity being like a woman in the arts, like trying to get certain bids for art, or did they ever feel like you were kind of maybe uh, not taken serious because of that? Or
Yeah, all the time. Like it still happens now. Like if I'm painting somewhere
hmm.
and like completely covered in paint, like head to toe, everything's got paint on it,
Yeah.
and there's a guy standing next to me, another man will walk up and be ask him questions about what he's doing, and I'm like,
Oh
dude,
wow.
I'm like,
Damn. And you're over here
he's
like
just
dripping
watching, he's
paint.
just a spectator. I'm over here working, like it doesn't matter if I'm up on a ladder. It's just they always view me as like, oh, she must be the assistant, and they think that that's like the person doing the work,
Damn.
which is why like I don't a lot of times I don't like to involve people in my work because
Hmm.
people assume that the man is the one who did it, and then I don't get like my full credit.
Oh wow. Damn. Damn,
So
that's
sorry,
wild.
you can't come.
Damn, that's hella wild, dude. Was there anything like controversial that you probably made, like as far as a mural, where something was kind of like taken like the wrong way? Was it like something that you created where people kind of didn't really interpret the message that you were trying to push out?
um, Not really. I feel like not that I play it safe, but I'm not very into like shock factor
Hmm.
art.
Yeah.
So I try to do things more that like connect to people or bring up older memories, or like they see like something subtle where they're like, oh, that
Hmm.
reminds me of my grandmother, or
Okay, yeah.
like that type of stuff.
Right.
The shocking stuff, not really. We did have an instance where like we were painting a bird that I guess was like bad in a culture.
Oh,
And
okay.
then, like, on the last day, someone was like, "That's bad,"
Oh, they
and
brought
we're
it
like,
up.
"Oh, damn!" So we changed it to a different kind of bird. But it was
Oh,
like it was like 30 feet tall, So
oh
it
wow.
was crazy to change it. But like,
Hmm.
just you have to take like when it's public art,
Hmm.
like it's not for you, it's for other people.
Yeah.
So if they really like are opposed to it, you need to take that into consideration and try to like come to a compromise, or
Okay.
try to fix it.
Not take it personal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can't really. Um, People say wild stuff, but you can't really
Yeah.
like take it too personal.
What is you then?
Huh?
Like, what is your art? Like, who is Patty? Like, whenever you're trying, well, I guess when you're not like being hard to do work,
Hmm.
like, who is Patty in that sense? Like when you're creating.
I don't know anymore. Just kidding. Um, I like to like because growing up, my father and grandfather, they were sign painters and pinstripers.
Okay.
So my own like personal art, I like to take like very
Hmm.
bold lines and like pattern work and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and then incorporate it into like the softer side, like the more feminine side.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah.
trying to be very crispy and clean,
Hmm.
and then make something soft, kind of
Oh,
all
that's
in
cool.
one time.
That's a good mix.
Yeah,
Like I know you're a fan of the Toyota stripes,
I am. Yeah,
right? Because then you also have like that cool bag that you got
the
the
Toyota bag.
yeah, the Toyota bag.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
two now.
Oh damn, damn. All right. Well, I think that's something that I was just always wondering too, because whenever like I guess when usually artists are always paid to do stuff, right? It's
Hmm.
always doing things for other people,
Yeah.
right? You're always serving, that art. You're always serving whatever the demands are.
Hmm.
So like when you have the chance to finally like do you, I feel like sometimes people get lost in that, like they kind of forget who they are.
Yeah.
And then sometimes people, I'm just speaking for myself, I'm not speaking for you, but I feel like do you feel like you're better at working when you're going through stuff or when you're at peace? Because like something that artists that
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like some artists kind of like paint from like pain or like hurt
yeah.
because you got those like fresh feelings.
Uh-huh.
Do you find it easier to paint when you're like going through that or when you're at a peaceful state?
Um, so yeah, I do have like I call them like my sad girl nights, where I just like put on the depressing music and I
Yeah,
like paint all
yeah,
completely by myself, and
yeah.
like I love those. I like those nights. And then yeah, I guess when I'm happy, I don't really paint.
Mm,
Like I'm more likely to be like doing something for someone
okay,
than like worrying about, like releasing some kind of tension or something.
right. Okay. What do you like to do for fun when you're not painting and creating?
Um, I like to hike.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I would have never guessed.
Really?
You're a hiker?
You don't
No.
see me?
Not in a bad
You're
way.
like, oh,
Not in a
really?
bad way.
You climb a mountain?
Not in a bad way. I don't. I get you. I get so caught up with like the art patty that
Yeah.
I don't know that you're like a wilderness patty.
Yeah, I do. I like to hike. I like to camp. I like to I like to cook.
You do get down.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was
I
the
do.
roast and everything.
Yeah, I
That was
like to
fun.
cook. I I love like live music because I can't play music. I have no sense of time, so it just
Hmm.
amazes me to like see somebody do it in
Like
person.
witness it.
Huh?
Like witness it. Like the whole.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's completely different. Like you can feel it in
Hmm.
your chest when
Yeah.
it's live. I like it, like record player and stuff like that too. But I like to go to concerts, or like even better if it's a small venue.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And then you're Merced as fuck type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
So what's that? Like what
So
what's the meaning
it's
behind that?
I
Merced.
I like to make things that make people proud of themselves.
Hmm.
And like you go to other cities and they've got this like I heart New York or stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like
Yeah.
Merced doesn't have a whole lot of that. So like from my first T-shirt design back in 1999,
Hmm.
it had a little 209 on it. Like,
Oh, sick.
yeah. So like I've always liked to kind of like represent this
Hmm.
area for people.
Yeah, like the whole math thing.
Which
Like
one?
math, Merced AF,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is there like something else behind that? Like, what was the idea when you made that?
Well, I wanna grow it like to make it more things like
Hmm.
possibly Merced having an art festival, like so art festival.
Oh, sick.
Get
Okay.
it?
Yeah, yeah.
Or like art flop.
Oh, yeah,
Like just making up different stuff for
yeah.
it.
The play on words on there.
Yeah, but it's but a very like artist driven like
Yeah.
type events.
Well, with saying that, um, so I guess now that we're here, right? We're in Sinojos. Like, what does Sinojos mean to you, like, as an artist?
Um, so first off, I love it. Like I walked in this morning,
You're like, I hate
and
it. I hate all you guys.
no, that's the exact opposite. I walked in and I was like, wow, all my favorite people are at this one table. Like as soon as
Oh,
I walked
okay.
in the door,
Yeah.
and it was like everybody that I would have wanted to talk to that day,
Oh, wow. I wasn't
except
there.
for you,
I wasn't there.
was here. I don't know where you were,
Uh,
but it's nice because it's like the meetup for the creative entrepreneurs
mhm.
is happening right here, and it's exciting. It's like it reminds me of like when I was younger and you go to like the family gathering and all the cousins are there.
Oh, right.
That's kind of like what it's like when you walk in here, like,
Yeah.
but without it having to be a holiday, like by choice.
Right.
By choice, all the cousins are in one room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like it. And then, like, I always give people a spiel because they walk in here, they're like, "What is this? What's going on?" I'm
Mhm.
like, "It's an art studio.
Yeah.
There's like
It's
6 of us."
you can't really describe it too much.
No, it's more of a like,
Ex- Experience.
yeah, it's an experience. It's a hub. It's I told you it was like it cultivates creativity,
Hmm. Hmm.
because you walk in here and there's all kinds of different creative people, even people who
Yeah.
don't think that what they're doing is creative.
Hmm.
They're in here
Yeah.
like creating,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's nice because you have like cheerleaders, you have people
Yeah.
showing each other what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like when they learn something new, they're like, "Oh, check this out," you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and like collaborating, not even on purpose. Like somebody will be here taking video of the drinks, and somebody
Yeah.
will be here drawing the DJ, or you know,
Yeah.
like all so
Yeah.
many
You're
things are
right.
going on that it's
Yeah.
and it's not even for any purpose really, but at the same time, you're like you're building up your skills
Hmm.
while being social,
Yep.
and then also normalizing creativity as like a business or
Oh,
or a
right, right.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because people think it's so weird, right? Like people are
Mhm.
like they hear you're an artist and you're like all of a sudden you're like this majestic being who, like,
Yeah.
you
That.
know, they're like,
Yeah.
whoa, what, really? And it's like it's a job, you know, like it's an actual occupation. It's normal. It's
Mhm.
nothing like it's nothing crazy.
Out of the reach.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be like rolling around on the floor because I'm an artist. You know, like I'm just doing
Yeah.
like normal stuff. Yeah.
It's funny that you say that because whenever I tell people that I'm like a photographer, videographer,
Hmm.
like that's not the reaction I get. The reaction I get's like, "Oh, is that like your side thing?" You know, like
That too. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Is like
Mhm.
I feel like people who aren't artists, when they walk in here and they see artists doing work,
Mhm.
like they see like the artist isn't necessarily just in here with an easel painting, right? Like they're answering emails, they're giving quotes,
Mhm.
they're talking or having a meeting or something,
Yeah.
and it normalizes art as a career
Yeah.
when people see that.
as a profession.
Yeah, they're like, oh, yeah, because I get that a lot too. They're like, oh, but what else do you do? And I'm like,
Yeah, like they can't wrap their head around that.
well, I like to hike.
Like that.
They're like, what? I didn't think that.
You're like, do you? Oh man, that's hella true. Yeah, cause it's funny. You know how when people say like, "What you get your degree in?" and then if you say art degree, they're like, "What are you gonna do with that?" You know,
Yeah.
like, so you don't have a job. You know, like type
Yeah.
of thing. So it's like cool seeing the transition now. How art, at least here, is kind of taken more serious as a career. You know,
Mhm.
because a few years ago, even like telling my mom and dad that I wanted to do something like this, it wasn't like they couldn't wrap their head around it, but like that's how like you're gonna make money off of that, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool now how there's so many creators here in the Central Valley, and people, like you that have been kind of like setting up that foundation. I'm not saying like it's just you, but there's people who've been setting the foundation where now it's like, yeah, you can definitely turn this into a career.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of been. Did you ever decide, like, was there like a part of you that didn't think that you could do something like this, like?
Well, yeah, like the first, well, up until 2019.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be an artist because like my father and grandfather were artists and they were like extremely talented
Wow.
and
Uh huh.
but they had like addiction issues and they weren't able to handle their money and like so we like as the children we suffered from it so I didn't want like
Oh wow.
this was not my chosen path. It just turned out that way.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was a tax preparer was my first
What?
job.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Damn. Do you still
But
do
the
it?
I for myself,
Yeah.
like yeah, for myself, I don't
Yeah.
do taxes for people because that's like I don't like the
Yeah, too
baby
much
mama
pressure.
drama and
Mm.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. What kind of advice would you give Patty from like 10 years ago? Like everything that you know now. Like what's something that you could be like that would save you a lot of time or something that would
Um,
help you?
let's see.
It doesn't have to be just about art, I guess like anything that can apply to life.
I think like just enjoying yourself in the time that you're in when you're in it, like 'cause like like say when I was younger and all I could do was paint graffiti
Mhm.
and I'd be like, man, I'd see all these, like I'd go to bigger cities, I see these like crazy walls and be like, man, I wish I could do that. Like, but then now I look back and I'm like, damn, I wish I could just go paint trains
Oh,
and like
right.
do
Yeah.
nothing else,
Yeah.
like enjoy what you're doing when you're doing it
Mhm.
because it might go away or you might transition to something else or
Yeah.
yeah.
So living in the now type
Yeah.
of thing. Okay.
Mhm.
Are there any future projects that you're working on that you're kind of excited about?
I've got like a couple of murals lined up. Like, I'm gonna paint Kittyland,
Oh, cool.
so
Yeah.
that's exciting
Uh-huh.
because like I used to go there as like a little girl when I would visit my
Mhm.
aunt here.
What are you gonna? Do you have the design for that or no? Oh,
It's
okay.
pending,
Oh, okay.
but they're
Okay.
supposed to open in March, so
Oh wow.
so soon.
Not that long. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Kittyland.
Kittyland,
Uh-huh.
UC Merced, LGBTQIA plus center.
Oh, cool.
Doing that'll be this design will be collaborative with the people who use the center. So
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. And then you have like the tea party thing going on,
I
right?
do this Saturday. Yeah.
So
we have-
what's going on with that? Well, it's like a workshop on how to make like.
It's a workshop on making like teacups,
Mhm.
like fairy garden teacups.
Sick.
But it's like we've been planning it for a few months, so it's been fun because I get to go to like I love going to the thrift store,
Oh,
and I've
right.
been finding like vintage teacups or
Nice.
like that kind of stuff, and then working with Tanisha from Kishi Creations, and she's going to be serving like an actual tea, like letting people
Oh.
experience what it is to go to like
Like a real tea party.
yeah, like a real tea party, like some fancy stuff. Like she's got little spoons and
Oh, that's sick.
she's making all these like baked goods and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You know what's something too that not that I just realized, but I think another thing that kind of makes you stand out as an artist is that you kind of bring that aspect of like what's the word? I don't know if it's anime, right? But you kind of have like that background of like appreciation of like these yeah, I guess like anime or like these like what's the other word? Like you're really big. You're like a big Hello Kitty stan, no? Like you have like a whole bunch of like figures. Of it.
Yeah. I like subcultures.
There we
Like
go.
yeah, so anything like graffiti, skateboarding, anime, Hello Kitty,
Mhm.
like anything that's like that makes a group of people come together because
Mm.
they like it, that's
Yeah.
interesting to me.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's a good way to put
Because
it.
it always makes me think like, what is so appealing about that that so many people like want to do it, and they like they're super ride or die for it. Like,
That kind of sounds like January 19.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Well, that's a
where
Sunday.
we no, that's when they stormed the Capitol.
Oh, yeah, but the opposite.
Okay.
Yeah, not the bad stuff.
Okay, okay. I was just like, I don't know, Patty. I don't know if that's. I could be taking a. What are you wearing today? As far as the shoes, what kind of shoes are those?
But Nike Cortez.
And then you have like how many? Did you say how many pairs of shoes do you have? Because you're also a big.
Of these,
Yeah.
42.
Where do you put them at? Do you have like a
Oh,
whole
I
room
got
for
it
them?
like a walk-in closet, and it has a shoe shelf.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. What's your favorite pair? Do you have a favorite pair of shoes that you pride yourself in?
I really, this is dumb. I really, I really wanted the like Bruce Lee Nike Cortez, like the yellow with black,
Oh,
or
that's sick.
ones that were like the Bruce Lee colors.
Sick.
And I finally got them, and I
Mhm.
wore them, and I stepped in paint on the first day.
No way.
Yeah.
What color?
Turquoise. It looks kind of fly.
Oh, damn. Do you still have them?
Yeah, of course I
Oh,
still
okay,
have 'em.
cool. You should
Yeah.
send me a picture of them if you
Alright.
can, because that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Does it have? It's like the yellow and black.
Yeah, they're like yellow with the black swoosh.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Well, one thing was that were there any important figures in your life that kind of helped you guide you through this as far as like your art journey?
Um, a lot. A lot of people like really helped me out or gave me opportunities or even like maybe not even an opportunity, but just like had my back or
Mhm.
like encouraged me.
Yeah.
How do I not leave anyone out?
Oh yeah, that's kind of tough, huh?
It is kind of tough,
Tough.
but
Okay.
there's like Marty Delgado. She gave me an opportunity to be a tattoo apprentice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I worked in her tattoo shop for a couple years. Anna Pagan, like, seen some type of value in me when I worked for the county and got me, like, professional development classes to teach me how to speak because I couldn't even talk without,
Wow.
like, getting so nervous I would want to cry, like, if it was a group of people. So she taught me how to do that. Lord Bazaar helped me host my first art show and told me how powerful it was to be a woman. Like, he's like, oh, use that shit, girl. Like,
Oh, that's dope.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Chente, Threat, Spell, Amigo, all the guys from HEM crew.
That's sick.
Yikes from KOG taught me like how to paint big and like not be scared.
Mhm.
A lot of people, like even DJ Adept, she was my friend since high school, and now like we see each other like continue to grow as artists. So she's
Nice.
like she's a DJ and she's going to NOM next week in Las Vegas.
Oh, sick.
To be like a featured female DJ. And she used to make me like mix CDs
Mhm.
so that I could play them in my Walkman when I went out to go paint graffiti.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
No skip? Like, was the Walkman? It had like the.
Nah, I had
okay.
the cheap stuff.
Oh,
Come on.
okay. Damn.
The headphones would hurt my ears.
Oh, yep. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. All kinds of people, like all kinds of people. Megan, who got me my first mural job. People who bought like the first T-shirts we ever designed. We used to sell those out of. We'd go to like breakdancing competitions
Yeah.
and carry them in our backpack and sell them, or like open up our trunk and try to like get
You
people
were,
to buy.
yeah,
our
you
stuff.
were over here hustling your shirts from
Oh
trunks.
hell yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Damn.
Like talking to like if we seen an older lady, we'd be like, "Hey, your grandkids will like this. Trust me."
Oh, did it work? Like, were
Oh,
you?
yeah, yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah.
Damn. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So, with all these people that kind of played a key role in your life, what's some advice that you'd give somebody who's afraid to start, or who's afraid to like pursue their journey in anything?
You gotta just do it. Like I see people do it all the time. Like they go to paint a mural,
Mhm.
and the first 2 hours are of them waiting to start the projector, and I'm
Yeah.
like, bro,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
sun's gonna come up if you don't start soon.
Like you're trying to nitpick, like find something.
Yeah. You're just like you're trying to find a reason to like not start, and then
Mhm.
once you start, you're like, oh, this like I should have started
Mhm.
2 hours ago. Like don't wait for things, and then don't let yourself have like I say like don't let your excuses become your reasons. So
Oh,
like
okay.
you were saying like, oh, how did you do that with kids? I
Mhm.
did it because I had kids. or like
Wow.
I can't do this like I have to work this job because so I can do my art. Well,
Yeah.
work that job so you can do your art. Like
Yeah.
just like suck it up. Do there's really not an excuse to not start something because as much as it seems like it, nobody has it easier than you. It's hard for everybody.
Yeah.
Like whether you go straight to college, whether you start working, whatever it is,
Yeah.
there's not an easy path. So you need to just get on your hustle.
Damn. Damn, that's good. Okay. All right. And I think that's it, Patty.
All
I
right,
think we're
awesome.
good. Is there anything that you want to say that we didn't get a chance to speak of, or how you feeling?
Um, no,
Anything you want
just
to add?
thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for giving me some of your time, chatting here. I feel like I finally got to know you. All right, so where can people find you?
You can find me in person at Cienojos, 1740 Canal Street, online at www.creepykawaiidesigns.com,
Okay,
or on Instagram at Kreepy Kawaii Designs.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. But, all right, cool. All right,
All right.
guys. I think we're done. Cheers, Patty. We'll do
Cool.
it from here.
Yeah, thank you, Joe, for
Yeah, Joe,
that.
appreciate you. And we're done. Cut.
Yep.